Most of us have a local chamber of commerce in our town, but this Pride Month, CBSN Boston is highlighting one that's dedicated to the LGBTQ plus community in Massachusetts. I spoke with the director of the LGBT Chamber of Commerce, Grace Moreno. Thanks so much for joining us, and everybody is familiar with chambers of commerce, so we know the term, but what does the LGBT Chamber focus on specifically? What's the mission?
Thank you for having me on the show. Our chamber is a statewide chamber, and we focus on helping LGBTQ small business owners and business owners increase their profits, increase their revenue. We do so by working with corporations that do procurement and want to diversify the way that they purchase from small businesses. And so we have over 40 corporate partners whom we work closely with around contracts and how to get some of those contracts out to our small business members. Yeah. We also work with the state over state procurement contracts and many of the cities around the state.
And so there is so much focus now on making sure there is diversity and inclusion. When we talk about economic growth, what are some of the ways that you're working toward those goals?
So, there is no justice until there's financial justice, in my opinion. And financial justice really is about allowing all people to have equity in how we pursue our own wealth creation, or how we walk through the world, hoping to be in an equitable space as far as earnings. And what we know, and what's been very clear in the last year, is that there's that doesn't exist in our current culture. Black and brown people have way less wealth than white people, and when you add LGBTQ to that mix, there's an added homophobia, added prejudice that actually really denies people access to equal play in the business world.
What are some of the challenges your group has faced?
Well, I mean, as easy as just plain homophobia. You have folks who, we've had members who have come out and said, I am an LGBT business owner, photographers, and they've lost, 20%, 30% of their clientele who doesn't want a gay photographer doing their wedding, per se, just because of homophobia. But other ways in which, there's the brown and black disparities, right, that are true for all people of color. But then you add in the LGBTQ component, and people are fearful. It's really about ignorance and not understanding that LGBTQ people are just like everybody else. We love differently,
And what are your hopes for the future for the organization?
I would love not to have to exist, right? I would love for there not to have to be a chamber who's advocating at a state and local level all the time and working with businesses to help them get equity and inclusion in the business world. But the reality is that, that we're going to be around for a while to really help bring down some of those biases and help some of our businesses be successful while we're out there just trying to create a good product to sell to people.
Right. And if people want to find out more or get involved with the chamber, where can they go?
They should visit our website at malgbtcc.org. Or just Google us at the Massachusetts LGBT Chamber of Commerce. We have staff in Western Massachusetts, Eastern Massachusetts. We have special benefits that are available to our members, such as a partnership with Berkshire Bank, where you can get a 3% interest loan with no personal collateral under the Futures Fund to help your business.
All right. Grace Moreno, the Executive Director of the LGBT Chamber of Commerce. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
For more information, you can visit malgbtcc.org and stay with CBSN Boston throughout the month of June for more interviews like this.